On a spectacular fall day in Franklin, Franklin TV Sports presents Franklin High School Boys Soccer. Today, the Panthers close out their regular season as they take on their rivals from Milford High School, the Scarlet Hawks, who come to town with a record of 4-9-4. Hi, neighbors, and welcome to Franklin's Piscini Stadium. I'm Pete Royce. Our producer and our director tonight is Chris Flynn. Franklin, with a remarkable season, they have not lost. They're 12 wins, 0 losses, and 5 ties. They're currently ranked number 8 in the state of Massachusetts. The only team with another loss without a loss is Concord Carlisle, and they're 12-0-1. Franklin actually has played 4 more games than Concord Carlisle and has tied those 4 extra games. But Concord Carlisle gets the nod as the number 1 team ranked right now by the MIAA in the power rankings. Let's take a look at our starting lineups for Milford. 4-7-4 in the league. They will start a junior, Caleb Silva, sophomore, Matthias dos Santos, a senior, Nate Dennis, a sophomore, Danny De Silva, a junior, Audrey Mora Pereira, a senior, John Takuri Castro, a junior, Rodrigo Lorenzo, a senior, Matthias Segura, a sophomore, Ignacio Alcaraz Martinez, they call him Nacho, a sophomore, Gianelli Cassin, and a freshman, Robbie Capelli. They are coached by 4th-year head coach Antonio Pinto. The team manager is Antonio Pinish. For the Franklin High Panthers, under coach Fran Basitis, in his 53rd year, they will start in goal, senior Paxton Rosen. At midfield, senior Noah Kane. What a great player he is. A midfielder, also plays a little forward in defense. A junior, Matt Honekamp. At forward, senior captain Andrew O'Neill. At forward, junior Wyatt Herndon. At midfield, junior Garrett Scagliarini. At defense and midfield, senior Bradley Herndon. At defense, senior Owen Municello. At defense, captain Rex Sinelli. At forward, senior Hansi Jakes, and at defense, senior Sean O'Leary. Coach Basitis, as we said, in his 53rd year. I talked to both coaches before the game today. I said, Coach, you got your game face on? He said, yeah, I do. He said, we've said everything we can say to the team. Now it's up to them. He said, unlike other sports where you can call a timeout and rechange defenses, do a little move, he said, at this point, it's up to the players to make adjustments during the game. There's not a lot we can say during the game. He feels his team is ready and will look to close out the season the regular season today in fine style. For the Milford Scarlet Hawks, they're on the bubble as to making the playoffs or not. And Coach Antonio Pinto told me before the game that they need to play better than they played against Franklin in the first game, which was early on in the season at Milford. And that game Franklin took by the score of 7-1. Other than that, Milford has been in most of their games. He feels, Coach Pinto of Milford, if they can have a good showing today and increase their record overall to 5-9-4, they might be considered for one of the slots in the upcoming tournament. Speaking of the tournament, the final scores and all of the games will be reported on next Monday and Tuesday, October 30th and 31st. And the pairings will be announced on Wednesday, November 1st. And that's where we'll see where the Franklin High Panthers will land. They do have a 8th ranking right now in boys soccer. While we have a moment, there's a delay in starting the game. We can go over some of the other rankings for all of the Franklin major sports. And I'm happy to say that of the 5 major sports this fall, Franklin is in the top 8 in 4 of them. And football just over double digits at a number 13 ranking. So that's a pretty good record for the athletic director, Kara Ellis, and all of the respective coaches. So, for example, boys soccer coming in at number 8, and girls soccer number 8 also. How about that? Both soccer teams ranked 8th in the state. Volleyball has moved up lately. They're now number 6, and field hockey takes them all. They are undefeated, and they are ranked number 4 in the MIAA Division I for field hockey. Congratulations to Coach Michelle Hess and basically all the coaches. Michelle, of course, coaching field hockey. So I'm not sure why the delay here. It could be we're waiting on an official. I did speak to one official, and I'll give you their names. It's Steve Nunes and Geary Stacy. Now that's an interesting first name. It's not Gary, it's Geary, Geary Stacy. And I'm wondering if maybe he has not shown up yet, which is possible for the delay. So we're going to pause here and wait for the arrival, I believe, of the second official. So stay with us. We should have the start of this important game between Milford and Franklin coming up shortly. You're watching exciting Franklin High Soccer on Franklin TV. Welcome back. Our second official has arrived here with great appreciation by everybody in attendance as we're about ready to launch this one between Franklin and Milford. Franklin on a roll. They have really been something from the start. The only blemishes, 5 ties, no losses, and in the Hawk, 10-0-5. So Franklin did win over Milford. That game took place in Milford on October 6th, and Franklin won it 7-1. Coach Basitis told me about that game, that Franklin got off to a 4-1 lead, and that basically kind of sealed the deal. Milford could not get back in the game. So the officials are on the field with their yellow jerseys and black trim, black trunks, black socks. And Milford will be taking the field with their traveling white with scarlet red numerals and scarlet red trim. The Panthers in their royal navy blue, I guess, uniforms with white numerals. And this still being the month of October, the Franklin players are wearing pink socks for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we gave you the starting lineups. In goal for Franklin, Paxton Rosen. And it's going to be, I believe, Gianelli Cassine in goal for the Scarlet Hawks. Scarlet Hawks will have it. The Hawks will go from right to left across your screen. And Franklin going from left to right. So the teams had a little extra warm-up time. And here we go. Kickoff at midfield. Spectacular day. 79 degrees at game time. Who would have thought of this was possible this late in the season? So Milford takes it back, and they'll start back in their own zone. With it there is Mora Pereira. Franklin with some pressure. Back to Mora Pereira. Coming up to play him is Wyatt Herndon, but it does come through to Matthias Segura. They're going to drop it back. So Milford has to go to their goalkeeper. He has to kick it. Sends it on the left side for Mora Pereira. Milford is a young team. Coach Basitis told me before the game they should be good a few years out, but they're rebuilding. Mora Pereira is going to drive it all the way up. And good give and go. Awesome play here. And faking it through Mora Pereira, and the goalkeeper Paxton Rosen comes out to make the save for Franklin. But a good advance. That was done pretty much solo by Andre Mora Pereira, a junior. Franklin now with its first possession. Hansi Jakes, middle of the field. Matt Honekamp, and he'll drop it back to that great back line of Franklin with Rex Sinelli, Bradley Herndon, and Sean O'Leary. A tremendous back line for Coach Fran Bositis. Panthers out to Garrett Scagliarini. Work back on the right side for Bradley Herndon. This is he. Noah Kane, talented player for Franklin, the midfielder. Jakes gets tied up a little bit and is taken back by Mora Pereira. Just underway, 2 40-minute halves, and Sinelli will guard it and kick it all the way back to Rosen, and he will have to kick it out. Back to Sinelli. This is Bradley Herndon. Both teams have started their offenses by going backwards to set up their structured plays. Both teams feeling each other out here in the opening minute. A long drive on the left side. Hustling up for it there is Andrew O'Neill. And it's going to be thrown in by the Panthers on the touchline on the far side. Noah Kane drops it for O'Neill, back to Honekamp. Coming through in front, a backward kick by Jakes, and the save there by Cassin. Beautiful stop there by Cassin. That was a backward kick by Hansi Jakes. Long punt, beauty, deep. Settled down by Sean O'Leary, the basketball star, and here no call. Now the delayed whistle on the trip up by going down was Matt Honekamp, the junior midfield forward defender. Bradley Herndon. Hansi Jakes. And is blocked and taken back by John Takuri Castro. And the Franklin defense is there with Sean O'Leary. 3.5 minutes in. No score. Shadows beginning to creep across the field. Bradley Herndon makes a nice move. Beautiful. Now his ball is picked off in there by Matthias Segura. Franklin takes it back at midfield. Owen Municello, he gets the start today. We expect Gustavo Martinez to come off the bench. He scored the tying goal in the last game against Attleboro, 1-1. What a game that was. He comes off the bench after being injured and gets the tying goal. Here's Hansi Jakes. Could not get to it. It is boomed out of there and out of bounds. Franklin will have the throw-in on the far side. Franklin and Milford, two rivals in the Hawk. Milford usually a whole bunch of good soccer athletes, but this year Coach Pinto rebuilding a bit. Good throw-in opportunity for the Panthers. And whistle is going to stop play here. And we'll try it again. In the corner. Franklin tries to center it up. Defender clears it. High kick. Headed beautifully by O'Leary of Franklin. Kane is going to blast one. Caught on the fly by Cassine. Brian Ribeiro is in the game now for Milford. He did not start. Here's the punt. Powerful leg there. O'Leary taps it back. Trying to control it was Caleb Silva. This is Silva blasting it forward, and O'Leary kicks it out of bounds. Kicked it right to the official. Again, the official Steve Nunes in Geary Stacy. Throw in coming on the far side for the Scarlet Hawks. Milford will drop it back. This is Mora Pereira. Back in front. Blocked on the play was Phil Caetano. Back to Mora Pereira. He goes left side for Segura. Back out for Mora Pereira. Strong left boot. Player has a little bit of trouble with it, and they'll back it up beyond midfield. Nice stoppage of the ball by Segura. He's going to take it in. Centering pass cleared out of there by O'Leary. He drops it for Andrew O'Neill, the captain. O'Neill for Kane. He's got Hansi Jakes breaking on the right wing. Can he get to it? Jakes with those long strides at 6'4". He gets to the ball. He may have drawn a corner. He may have drawn the corner. What a smart play by Hansi Jakes. And it'll be a corner kick, the first one. Hansi Jakes wins the corner. First one of the game is Kane. He's going to drive one in the middle. The header there and the goal! The goal there by Rex Sinelli. Sinelli on the header on a beautiful entry pass. The in-swing by Noah Kane. And Rex Sinelli bangs it home. A header at 32-38. Franklin won. Milford no score. A beautiful play. Now that play was made by the hustle by Jakes. Remember, he took that pass. He had a hustle up the right wing. He won the ball, knocked it off the leg of a defender past the end line, won the corner, and Kane and Sinelli do the rest. Franklin leads it 1-0. After Kane blasted that, he went down. Sheer power of that blast. He went down, but not before he put the Panthers ahead 1-0. When it works to perfection, the corner kick is really something to behold. And that time, the drive in by Kane was just beautiful. So Franklin, which scored one goal the entire last game against Attleboro, has won here in the first 5 minutes and 22 seconds. Remember, they did score 7 on this team earlier in the season, but it's an injured player, by the way, for Milford. It's part of the delay here. It is Mora Pereira being carried off. Now, yeah, he's still being carried off. Trainer Jen from Franklin helping out. So it is the junior Andre Mora Pereira out injured. He was figuring prominently in the backline play of the Scarlet Hawks. Franklin leads it 1-0. We talked about the importance for Milford to have a good showing. They're on the bubble of the tournament, and a good showing would perhaps will definitely raise their hopes. For Franklin, they want to improve and solidify at least that 8 seed, if not higher. Player's going down is Honekamp, and it's going to call a foul there on Rodrigo Lorenzo. A free positional start for the Panthers. Just off the left hash, they boot it right in on the drive. The header again by Sinelli. This time he couldn't quite get there in time. And he goes sort of behind him and rolls out past the end line. A goal kick coming up for the Scarlet Hawks. 1-0, Franklin on top, 31-38 to go here in the first half. Pete Royce with you from beautiful Piscini Stadium on a spectacular fall day. Here's the goal kick for Cassine. He goes low, short side. Franklin comes back and steals it. Captain Andrew O'Neill. And he'll lose it to Rodrigo Lorenzo. Lorenzo, a junior. I count only 3 seniors in the starting lineup for Milford, so when we say they're rebuilding, there's a sign of it. Long header by Sinelli. Huge blast by Rex. Milford starts out. Some good skill there, but a block as trying to blast it was Mike Moracho. Franklin turns it over. Scagliarini gets to the ball on the far side. Regains control and drops it for Noah Kane. On the right side, does not get through that last line of defense as they try to send a player in. And Franklin has the throw in. A nice header there by Andrew O'Neill. Back to O'Neill. Andrew, he's tripped up. Ball taken back and driven out to midfield by the Hawks. Municello. Franklin kicks it back. O'Leary goes deep to his partner in the back line, Rex Sinelli. This is Bradley Herndon now. Kane loses it, gets it back though. Noah Kane blocks out beautifully. Bradley Herndon makes a move. And he still comes back with it. It's hopped over a player's head. It jumped over Danny Da Silva. And Sinelli draws it to midfield. Garrett Scagliarini in heavy traffic. Driven in again. Jake's trying to hang in the front end. Defense was there. Bradley Herndon. Nice play by Milford. And Hansi Jakes wants the ball. He's going to win it. He's going to win it. So Jakes calling for the direction of the ball. He wins it. And Bradley Herndon will have the throw-in with 28:57 to go here in the first half. Franklin won and Milford no score. All the action on Franklin TV, and we're streaming worldwide on YouTube. Andrew O'Neill, I'm going to say off of him, and there'll be a throw-in for Nate Denise. Going to be a long run-up on the throw-in. And Denise gets it. Sinelli covers it. Blocked by Milford. O'Neill gets it to a teammate. Back to O'Neill for Sinelli. And all the way back to Paxton Rosen. Paxton, the senior goalkeeper, has been marvelous. Oh, give and go is stolen. And chipped forward all the way through, hustling for it. Oh, Sinelli makes the play. Rex Sinelli, so good in that back line for Franklin. Just wore down the offensive player there. And Scagliarini will send it back. Back to Garrett. Chip forward for Bradley Herndon, and he couldn't quite stop it. Got a leg on it, but it rolled out of bounds on the near side. Milford will have it. 27:30 left. First half, 1-0. Franklin on top. Denise. Now on the left side is Segura. Hesitation move by Mike Moracho. Coming through. Good look here for the Hawks. They're going to center it up, but Franklin is right there, and a nice driving kick. That's going to stay in bounds. Had a good bend to it. It's going to roll off. Hansi Jakes with those long strides wins the ball. Jakes. Hansi Jakes dribbling beautifully. Jakes for Noah Kane. It's backwards and is stolen. Picked off in there by Segura. And the Hawks have it back. This is Lorenzo, front side, intended there for Giovanni Capelli. And Franklin booms it back to midfield. Kane locked up. What's going to be the call? It's going to be a foul on Milford, and Kane should have the free positional hit just shy of midfield. He just puts it in play quickly to Garrett Scagliarini. Andrew O'Neill, what a player he's been in his 4 years. In front, give and go for Jakes. He couldn't get to it. The header there is blocked and now boomed out of there by Danny De Silva. High bounce. That plays into the favor of Sinelli with that great height. Nice give and go by Scagliarini to Herndon. Bradley for Jakes. Hansi checking it out, making a move. It's chipped out. It's going to be not a corner because it went on the sideline, but a throw-in coming for Hansi Jakes. Played almost 15 minutes in this one. And it's going to be a throw-in for Bradley Herndon. And Jakes will take a breather. And checking in for him is Gianni Tazva Kavamwa. This is a turnaround blast there by Garrett Scagliarini. Hit the side of the cage. Rolls out. And a goal kick coming for the Scarlet Hawks. Scarlet Hawks 4-9-4, 4-7-4 in the Hawk. They had 2 non-league losses. Andrew O'Neill settles it down with Gianni on his left side. O'Neill coming through. He's taken down, and there's the call. And let's see what they're going to call here. It could be a great free positional hit just outside the second circle. The Panthers with a good look here. See who's going to take it. Scagliarini is there. Noah Kane is there. Great opportunity for the Panthers. Referee sorting things out. It looks like Garrett Scagliarini. Will he go for the goal or try to find a player in front? Here's Garrett. His blast comes through in the goal. Garrett Scagliarini on the free positional hit. Makes it 2-0 Franklin. Garrett Scagliarini at 24-15. Franklin 2 and Milford no score. It's interesting, I was talking to his dad. His dad actually approached me before the game and told me about all his extended family tunes in to this telecast all over the country. He said they're delighted to have a chance to see Garrett perform, and what a treat they just got, because Garrett Scagliarini buried one on the free positional kick. He drew the foul from outside the circle, and he went right for the goal and drilled it past their goalkeeper, and Milford takes the timeout. So is Franklin battling for position in the upcoming tournament? Let's take a look at their schedule so far this season. Franklin started with a tie, then they won 5 in a row, then a tie against North Attleboro, a tie against Canton, then a big win over St. John's and Shrewsbury. Remember last year St. John's knocked Franklin out of the tournament at St. John's. So Franklin comes back and defeats the Pioneers 3-0, then a tie against Attleboro. So Franklin has tied Attleboro twice, 0-0 and 1-1. Most recently, their last game was against Attleboro here, 1-1. Then Franklin after that rolled off 6 consecutive wins before the Attleboro tie. So that's the way that the season is lined up for Franklin. 12 wins, no losses, and 5 ties. And in the Hawk, 10 wins, no losses, and 5 ties. They have 2 out-of-conference games. They were both wins. One was against Zavarian, 3-0, and one was against St. John's of Shrewsbury, and that score was also 3-0. So there you have a little bit about the Franklin season to date. And we're going to move into playoff mode in about a week time, less than a week. Franklin will probably get a first round bye. So the first games will be, preliminary rounds will be Thursday the 2nd and Friday the 3rd. And I believe Franklin will be a spectator for those games before their tournament seeding gets them in motion. 2-0, Franklin with the lead, 24:06 left. First half. This is Segura. Chipped forward. And it's connecting there. It's out of bounds was Giovanni Capelli. Franklin will have the throw-in on the near side. Bradley Herndon for Rex Sinelli. They go back to Rosen to relieve some of the pressure. And Paxton will send it forward. In the game now for Franklin is Gustavo Martinez. He got that lone goal against Attleboro to force the tie late in the game. This is he. He's been injured. And the player goes down, no call. Oh, now the delay call. And drawing the foul again is a Panther. This time it was Andrew O'Neill. The Shadows almost halfway across in some parts of the field and a little less in other parts, more than halfway in some parts actually. We're up in the press box with the sun right in our eyes, but we're not complaining. It's a beautiful day in Franklin. Gustavo Martinez for Bradley Herndon. He's going to center one up. Ball does not go through. Kick back, and Sinelli will draw it back and go all the way back to Rosen. Paxton sends one out on the left wing for Gustavo Martinez for Scagliarini, who just got that beautiful goal for Franklin. Chip forward. Ball is ping-ponged it inside the midfield stripe, and Milford takes it back. Now they lose it. Franklin will have it on the throw-in on the far side. Again, your officials, Steve Nunes and Geary Stacy. 22:08 left. Almost halfway through the first half. The game was delayed for about 5 minutes for the arrival of the second official today. This is Gianni, and he's going to win the ball. Frank will have it further upfield. Here's the throw-in for the Panthers. For Gianni, can he get to it? No. The Hawks. Now it's stolen by Scagliarini. He sends one in for Gianni. Gianni carries it. Now it's boomed back. This should be a corner for Franklin. This should be a corner for the Panthers. Remember, they scored on a beautiful corner. Noah Kane to Rex Sinelli, and there's Noah Kane. Lining it up again. In front of the net. Sinelli is there again. Garrett Scagliarini is there, as is Sean O'Leary. Here comes the blast by Kane. It goes through the header, this time too strong by Sean O'Leary. And it's going to be kicked out of there by Milford. Franklin did get a good look. Gustavo Martinez. Ball kicked back, kept in. Milford kicks it sideways by Bruno Estevez. Or Estevez, I should say. Milford so far with no real strong pressure on Paxton Rosen. Most of the game has been played on the Milford side of the field, and Frank will have the throw. And this is Owen Municello. He's been starting lately as Gustavo Martinez works his way back into the flow after his injury. O'Leary left leg boot. Sean will go back with it, and he will try to play the ball. He did not opt to go to Rosen because there was two white shirts coming in. That was too risky. But it's going to be a throw-in for the Scarlet Hawks. They're going to go all the way back. We're under 20 minutes to go here in the first half. Franklin swarming to all the balls. Gianni tries to chase it down. Cross field it comes. Hesitation move by Moracho. He still holds it. And now it's going to be Gustavo Martinez who'll come around with it. Give and go with Kane, and it's going to be a sub coming in, reason for the stoppage of play. And Franklin will sub out as well. Going out is Scagliarini, and coming back in is Matt Honekamp. Throw in coming for Milford down in front of us. And this is Nat Denise, one of their captains. He's a senior, one of the few starting seniors. Back kick by Municello. Back to Municello. And it'll be settled down by Paxton Rosen, who will come out of his line to make the pickup. No real save there. The ball was not headed for the net. Honekamp. Front towards midfield, back to the back line for Sinelli. Municello with some space here for the Panthers is Michael Fernandez-Martin, who's in the game now. Gianni, a lot of spin on the ball. It comes back for Honekamp. Coming through was Michael Fernandez-Martin, and he's called for the foul, and the ball will go over to Milford. 18 minutes to go right now here in the first half. Beautiful day here in Franklin. The driving kick goes up, and Franklin takes it back. Give and go. This is Honekamp, and he'll leave it for Michael Fernandez-Martin. Municello. Franklin working it. Chased down by Gustavo Martinez. Milford hasn't really got its offense in high gear yet. The Franklin back line has been tremendous. They're big and they're strong, they're talented. And Milford very young. Sinelli. Nonetheless, Coach Bositis said, don't go to sleep on Milford. They are a good team. They do have 4 wins in the Hawk. Coming through, driving it forward was Phil Caetano, and Paxton Rosen will take it in the goal crease extended right. He'll pick it up as a Scarlet Hawk was coming in on him. Under 17 minutes we go. A long punt by Paxton Rosen, beauty. No wind here today at Vicini Stadium. That was all Paxton Rosen. Franklin wins it, a free positional inside midfield. This is Kane. And he'll just go short side for Rex Sinelli. Rex will boom one towards the goal, and it hits the side of the net as Cassine just watched it sail to his left. Nice driving kick by Sinelli. Off the side of the net. And we stay at 2-0 with a goal kick coming for the visitors from Milford. Towards midfield. A lot of drive behind that ball. This next goal is so important. If Milford can cut it to 2-1, we have a soccer game. If it becomes 3-0, that's a different story altogether. It's almost as important as the next goal when it's 1-0. And Franklin won that one with a great free positional by Garrett Scagliarini. This is Owen Municello, and he goes all the way back to Rosen. Rosen will tee it up. Driving kick, hops the head of Gianni. Kick back, so Milford not going for a lot of passing, going for the home run ball here. Gianni settles it down for Kane, and he'll come back with it. 360 for Noah Kane, chipped out of there and out of bounds, and Franklin will have the throw in. It's hard to believe this is the final regular season game. Seems like we just started. And with this weather being so nice, it doesn't seem like mid-fall. As Honekamp chips it forward for Kane. He's got a player on the right wing. He's got 2 there. And the game is for the Panthers is Brad Morin. The centering pass to Gianni. And he circles back in front. Too far back, but recovered there by the Panthers. Still holding with it. And now the blast on the left wing. The header there is up and over everything by Aiden Sedor, who's in the game. So Coach Basitis going to his bench pretty freely here in the latter stages of the first half. Sedor with that header. So Brad Morin, the senior, is in the game for Franklin. Where's number 3? Goal kick coming. Driven deep. O'Leary gets it in the face. The rush for it in midfield, and Morin helps win the ball to Matt Honekamp. Here's Matthew, left wing for Gianni, and a whistle and an offside called against the Panthers, and the ball will go back to Milford High School. Milford sends it back. Again, the Franklin is so sound in all phases of the game, offense, defense, and goalkeeping. That's shown up today. The goalkeeper hasn't really been tested, but the other two dimensions, offense got 2 goals, defense has given up 0. Coming through is Morin. He chips it with his left leg, and it goes on top of the football crossbar. So that was clearly out of bounds by Brad Morin, the senior. And Michael, let's see, a sub coming in for the Panthers. We'll check that player out for you. And it's Andrew O'Neill rechecking in. He's the starter. He's one of their captains. Great 4-year player for Franklin, Andrew O'Neill. 12:35 left here in the first half. Franklin keeps it in. A couple of headers, 3 in a row. And now the ball is going to be settled down. Garrett Scagliarini is back in the game. And Rex Sinelli booms with a lot of spin on it, headed there by Esteves. And Hansi Jakes is back in. So Coach Basitis mixing up his lines here today. He's gone deep to his bench. Sean O'Leary can't get it through. And stealing it for the Hawks is Segura. This is maybe their best look. Segura out deep. Ball coming through, and the blast, it never had a bend to it. It just kept fading right. It just went right on a slice by the Hawks. And so the Franklin defense comes up big again. Under 12 minutes to go here in the first half. So glad you're with us, fans, on Franklin TV as we get ready for the second season shortly. Franklin, though, still has to pay attention in this game. And right now, they're in control, 2-0. The goal kick by Paxton Rosen, a long kick, almost sends Jakes away. Kicked high, midfield. Chipped forward, but to a Hawk. And circling back with it is Nate Denise, their only captain. Denise, senior captain, solo captain. Antonio Pinto is the 4th-year head coach. He's been with the program longer, but 4 years running the program. Of course, Fran Basitis, the dean of coaching. Here's a free positional for Milford. This is their best look that they've had. It's going to come with the free kick. Here it comes, and they go short. Left wing is sealed. It went over the head of O'Leary, Sinelli, who leaped for it. No, I'm sorry, Bradley Herndon. And is still going to be ball in the offensive third for the Hawks. A throw-in coming for Matthias Segura. This is he with it. Almost the entire field now in shadow. And Segura is going to defer to Nate Denise, the aforementioned captain for the Scarlet Hawks. Denise, 10 minutes to go, first half. Waiting for the official to signal play. There's some movement in front of the box. And now Denise has it. He goes low, back to Denise. Franklin steals it. Nice play there. What are they going to call? Delayed call. Making the play for the Panthers was Wyatt Herndon. They're going to give it back to the Scarlet Hawks. Goes back to Segura. Looking for a pass. He gets one, but stolen by Franklin. Player goes down. Franklin will have the free kick deep in their own end. Winning that ball there was Matt Honekamp, the starter for Franklin. Under 10 to go here in the first half. Sinelli checking the defense. Arm up, he comes forward and blasts one. Clears through, headed there by O'Neill, kicked back to midfield by Milford. Heavy traffic at midfield, and Milford going to try to win the ball, but O'Leary has some different thoughts. Milford keeps it in. Now they'll go back to Rosen, who's going to come out and blast one. He one-times it, and it's going to go out of bounds at midfield. And it'll be a sideline throw-in for the Scarlet Hawks. With 8:22 left, first half, clock moving. As we mentioned, 4 of the 5 major sports teams in fall sports are in the top 8 in the state in the power rankings. Just out, I believe, yesterday by the MIAA. Been taken back by the Hawks, and they'll go back to their back line in front of their bench. Jakes comes in to clog things up. And Milford goes side to side with it. With it is Mike Maracho. Wyatt Herndon gets in his way, and the ball rolls back to the Panthers. This is Wyatt Herndon in front. Oh, it couldn't get through, as they would have sent O'Neill away. Good defense by Milford. Sinelli to Bradley Herndon. Give and go. Back to Herndon. That's a great play. The Panthers have O'Neill. Give and go for Wyatt Herndon. Oh, he couldn't field the ball. He couldn't field the ball. If he had, we would see him unleash his great speed. Wyatt Herndon via throw-in coming here for Franklin. Bradley Herndon. Down low, back to Bradley. He's going to send it full left flag. Save there by Gianelli Cassine. And he punts it. He hasn't punted. He hasn't touched the ball in a while. Big bounce and headed back by Sinelli. Cross to the midfield stripe. Give and go. Nice play by Milford. They send one in. The defense there, but now coming back and a good look. It looked like Rosen was a bit out of position, and that's the best look of the game for the Scarlet Hawks. Remember, a goal by the Hawks makes this a 1-goal game, and anything can happen. 6:25 to go here in the first half. Franklin was fortunate there as Wyatt Herndon comes out, and checking into the game for Franklin is, I believe, Colby Cooper, a senior. Colby Cooper in. Rosen. Can't get it past midfield. Ball out of bounds. Municello, closest to it, will throw it in for Franklin, in front of their bench. Taken back by the Hawks. Player goes down. It's going to be a free kick. As winning the ball, winning the play was Colby Cooper. It's going to be Sinelli, though. He's going to defer for Kane. Quickly to Bradley Herndon. The right side for Cooper. Colby, nice footwork. Couldn't get it through. And a offside called against the Panthers. With 5:19 to go here in the first half. Just about the entire field in shadow now. Just a patch of sun here and there. Long ball, through ball, back to Sinelli. He chips it forward for Herndon. Now sent the other way by Maracho. Hansi Jakes. Intended for Jakes. Can he get to it? Yes, he can. Jakes gonna kick it off of Scarlet Hawk. Throw in coming for big Hansi Jakes. Jakes about 6'4", O'Leary 6'4", Sinelli about 6'2". It's one of the biggest back lines you'll see in high school here in the state. for the Panthers. This is Jakes. Can he get to it? He can. He chips it high off a defender. There's going to be a corner. Jakes is such a smart player. That's 2 of them he's drawn that way by blasting it off a Hawk who is not in position to make the save. It'll be a corner kick, and they'll defer to their great setup player, Noah Kane. The wall in front. Noah Kane with 4 minutes to go in the half. Franklin has scored on a corner here today. Kane taking, the 2 officials are having a conference. Meanwhile, the clock continues to run. So the 2 officials are meeting, Steve Nunes and Gary Stacy. And now they stop the clock with the long conference as the officials discuss where they're going to go for dinner tonight. 3:48 left here in the first half. Just kidding on that one. Franklin with the corner coming up. The official is going to let him play. Here we go. Coming in front. And it's going to be a stoppage in play. What's the call? The official was lined up right along the end line. Right in line. I don't know if they were ready to start. Seemed like the ball came in quick. Let's see if Kane is going to do it again. Meanwhile, some clock ticked away. It looks like they're going to have the corner again. Oh, it's an injured player, but I'm not sure why this would necessitate another corner. Down for Milford is Rodrigo Lorenzo, the junior. And indeed, it's going to be either a new corner or a re-kick. Play may not have been signaled in. Well, do it again. Here's Noah Kane. He's going to reposition the ball in the corner. In front is going to be Cooper. Jakes. Ball comes to the defense, and they blast one away. It'll be a throw-in coming on the far touchline for the Franklin Panthers with 3.5 minutes to go in the half. Jakes will be backed up. He wanted to go from where he was, but he's got to go back for where the ball went out of bounds. And the talented player will run up, two-hand the ball in play with 3:15 to go. Jakes goes medium, taken away by the Hawks, and they start out deep in their own end. This is Matthias Segura, a senior. Over to Bruno Esteves, who's a sophomore. Balls to the back line. Franklin controls. Hansi Jakes. 4 Panthers touch it. Now it's blocked, taken back by Segura. Matthias, I should say, chips it forward. Ball is misfired there on the pass attempt, but still recovered. With it now is Lorenzo. Rodrigo, he'll go back to the top for Nate Denise, their captain. He's going to drive one, can't get through the back line. Franklin there with it, with 2:15 to go here in the half. The clock will stop with 2 minutes and will be controlled on the field by the officials for the final 2 of the period. Nice leap by Andrew O'Neill. He wins the ball, but now it's going to be taken back by the Hawks. And they're going to restart it. No, they're going to give it to the Panthers. Nope, now they say white ball. Okay, it's going to go the other way. 2 minutes to go in the half. Franklin holding on to a 2-0 lead. They'll try to close out the first half and keep Milford off the scoreboard. No real big rushes by Milford here today. They had a good look on a couple of occasions. The ball is hit back, and Matt Honekamp will 360 it and send it back to Sinelli. Player charging is Sinelli over on the right wing. Bradley Herndon taken back by Segura. Matthias trying to get through. He does. Clogged up there. The ball comes back towards the 40. Headed back. O'Neill with a little back kick and driven high and deep. But this is going to take one big bounce and settle into the waiting arms of senior goalkeeper Paxton Rosen. Unofficially, 1 minute to go here in the first half. Sinelli, his ball is blocked by Lorenzo, by Segura. Now with it is Lorenzo. Rodrigo and he kicks it inbound. No, he kicked it off a Panther, so a throw in coming for Milford. Comes back out to Lorenzo. He finds a player in the middle of the field. The Franklin defense swarms over. Back to Lorenzo. Nice footwork by Lorenzo. Beautiful footwork by Lorenzo. That's great playing, and he drops it back out for Segura. Segura's going to unload a header by Sinelli. Time winding down in the first half. This is Esteves. So this is some pressure. Milford has been in the offensive zone for about a half a minute, maybe 45 seconds. Now the Panthers get it quickly over midfield momentarily, and now it's chipped forward, and now Franklin can't get it through. Milford comes down, roughly about 15 seconds, I would guess, to go. Franklin with the player coming in, offside called against Milford. And the stoppage, we're waiting for the double whistles, and should be coming momentarily. That would have been a good look for the Hawks. So Rosen will take it off the tee. He'll tee it up, not literally on a tee, but from the ground. And he goes low, drives it beyond midfield to Hansi Jakes off his back. Rolled over for O'Neill, kicked backwards. And it's going to go out of bounds. Time must be winding down. There must have been some stoppage there because I have more than 2 minutes elapsed here in the final two. Jakes coming through. Holding, chips one through. It goes parallel to the goal and out of bounds, and a throw in coming for Milford High School. 2-0. Last seconds of the first half here from Piscini Stadium. Goal kick coming for Gianelli Cassine. And his kick is towards midfield. Settled down by Franklin. This is Matt Honekamp. The Panthers go backwards, and there's the double whistle. And finally, the first half comes to a close. So let's recap the scoring, and then we'll take a break and come back in a bit for the final half of the regular season in boys soccer from Franklin. 10 minutes will be up on the scoreboard. At 32-38 in the first half, Rex Sinelli scored a beautiful header on a corner kick for the Panthers, and they sent it in. Did the great kicker for Franklin, Noah Kane, right to Sinelli. He headed it in at 32-38. Franklin won, Milford nothing. At 24-15, just about 8 minutes and a half left later, Garrett Scagliarini had a free positional kick, and he buried it from on a left angle just outside the second circle, and that made it 2-0, Franklin with the lead at halftime. That's where we stand. We're going to take a break for about 9 minutes and come back and set the stage for the exciting second half, the last regular season game for the 2023 season. This is Pete Royce. Stay tuned for more exciting Franklin High boys soccer on Franklin TV. We'll be back shortly.
No. Yep, I did see those emails, so. It was fine. No, just a panel answering a bunch of questions from Stacey Monette and Chris Jones. So. No, not really. Wait, the school, Worcester Technical. I can't really say too much about it. I mean, it kind of reminded me of Tri County to a degree. Yeah.
Welcome back to Piscini Stadium on the beautiful Franklin High campus. Pete Royce with you. Chris Flynn alongside producing the game. We're at halftime. Franklin 2, Milford nothing. The final game of the regular season here today at Franklin Field, the Piscini Stadium turf. Franklin with a 2-goal lead. The way the scoring happened at 32:38 left in the first half, Rex Sinelli took a corner kick from Noah Kane and drilled it home with his head. 1-0 Franklin. Then a free positional kick 8 minutes later by Garrett Scagliarini. Just about 8 left, gone. And he made it 2-0 as he just buried it by himself, took it and sent it past the goalkeeper, Robbie Capelli. I think I said Cassine. Is Capelli in goal for Milford. And those 2 goals have held up over the first 40, but 40 minutes left. The 2 teams will switch sides, and Franklin will defend the goal to the right of your screen, and Milford the goal on the left. So it's Paxton Rosen for the Panthers looking to keep Milford off the board, and Robbie Capelli looking not to let Franklin extend its lead. Franklin, the number 8 team in the state power rankings as we play here today. Milford on the bubble. They need a win and an impressive showing to maybe win, move up some slots, and possibly earn a berth in postseason play. Those pairings will be announced on Wednesday, November 1st. Can't wait. So here we go with the center kick, and it's going to be the Panthers with it this time as we get ready for the officials to signal ready for play. Steve Nunes and Gary Stacy, and Franklin has it. They send one deep on the right side, too far, and Jakes could not get to it. The field in shadows. We're still in sunshine here in the press box on the far side from the players' bench. Ball kicked through, and now over on the right wing. It's going to go down for Owen Municello. Back for Honekamp. Matt. Franklin will go back to midfield, and back they go again. O'Leary can't get it to Wyatt Herndon. Ball is picked off in there by Caleb Silva. Bradley Herndon, but a long blast in. This is going to come down, and Rosen will take the high one hopper and cradle it into his arms and have not a goal kick. He's going to throw it on the right side. Franklin out of bounds. It's going to be put in. And I'm happy to say that the injured player, Audrey Mora Pereira, from the first half, is back in the game. Good to see that for Milford. Capelli sends one on the right wing. Franklin chasing it down. Comes up towards midfield. Jakes tries to hustle for it, can't get to it, and it'll be awarded to the Hawks. Milford 4-9-4 overall, 4-7-4 in the in the Hockomock League, and Franklin 12-0-5 overall, 10-0-5 in the Hockomock League. Throw in coming for Milford. Actually will kick it. It's a free positional kick from way back there. It's driven in deep, headed back by Sinelli. Ball goes back and forth, and Kane chips it forward. It's going to go out of bounds unless Franklin get to it. They cannot. And the ball will be thrown in now by Milford. We've played just about 2:15 here in the second half. Franklin 2, Milford no score. Long throw in, headed back by Owen Municello. He's a tall player for Franklin. This is Wyatt Herndon. He picks up the ball, and they're going to say it's the other way. The throw in coming for Milford. That was Alcaraz Martinez. Matt Honekamp steals it. Good control to Wyatt Herndon. Taken back, and now a foul called as Rodrigo Lorenzo through the foul. Honekamp has a word to the official. Question maybe. This is Rodrigo Lorenzo, a junior. No, he's going to defer by Gianelli Cassine. This is Cassine, and he blasts one. Nice carry on that ball. Now it's headed back. It did die a little bit as it approached the box. Franklin tries to start out. Honekamp, nice dribbling on the right side. Franklin charges up on that right wing, and they send the ball, but it's blocked before Jakes could get through it. Throw in coming for the Panthers. Hansi Jakes go corner. Controlled by Milford, but not out. Franklin keeps it in. Headed for Jakes, he gets to the ball. Jakes, and now he loses it, and he'll go back to the Scarlet Hawks. They'll have one on the ground, and the kick. Driving kick. O'Leary stopped it for Franklin. Honekamp to Jakes. Nice backward kick for Noah Kane. Kane back on the right side. Franklin controls, holding. The shot is blocked. Did it go? Did he win a corner? Did he win a corner on that? Tough call. It was right near the end line and the sideline. It's going to be a corner. Another one for Franklin. They did win it. I had a hunch. And Kane comes through. A high kick. The header by O'Leary is blocked and taken down by Robbie Capelli. Franklin with a good look on the corner kick. But we stay at 2-0. Just about 5 minutes into the second half. Capelli with that kick. Milford drives it forward. Wyatt Herndon blocks it. And coming through is O'Leary with the strong left leg. Side kick. O'Leary again, a little deeper this time. Tries to send O'Neill away, cannot. Franklin charging through. This is Wyatt Herndon. Kane cannot get to it and is driven out and deep by Andre Mora Pereira. Franklin should have the throw in. And they do. Sent out. Franklin will throw it in further upfield. Nope, they called it off Jakes. It's going to be awarded to the Scarlet Hawks. Mora Pereira. He loses it, and Franklin will have it on the throw-in in front of the Milford bench. Milford coached by Antonio Pinto in his 4th year. Franklin, of course, coached by Fran Bositis in his 53rd year. Milford keeps it to the back line. Municello stops it. Side kick, a nice one by Alcaraz Martinez. And Milford controls at midfield. Too strong, is going to be out of bounds. Intended there for a Hawk, couldn't get to it. And Owen Municello will throw it in for Noah Kane. He can't get to it. High kick. It's going to be kept in and taken down by Milford. Milford. Danny De Silva. And now hustling up with it is Rodrigo Lorenzo. Franklin steals it. This is Wyatt Herndon. Scagliarini. Garrett circles back over to Rex Sinelli. 32:45 left. Sinelli. Franklin tries to set up. And back far for Sinelli. Had to chase it down, and he does. He does get to it. Now almost stolen. Franklin stays with it and wins the ball. Now kicked back in there by Lorenzo. Scagliarini hit it right into a Scarlet Hawk. And the Hawks try to take it in. They get one through, a big one hopper. And right on it was Paxton Rosen. Not a bad look for Milford. They seem more fired up here in the second half. Here's Rosen with his kick, high, booming kick. Takes a huge hop. Another huge hop, and Hansi Jakes gets it. Back and forth we go. Milford releases the ball. Sinelli is going to be called for a foul. He wanted the foul the other way, did Rex Sinelli. It's going to be a free positional kick for Milford. Player lost. lost a piece of equipment. They reunite him with that. I think it was a leg guard or shin guard. So a free kick coming for Milford. This is a good opportunity for the Scarlet Hawks. And with it is going to be Nate Denise, their captain, their only captain. Here comes Nate. He's going to drive one low and deep. A rocket, a bullet, but it goes over everything. Way too high. And so the opportunity goes by the boards for Milford, and they still trail it 2-0, coming up on 30 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game. Almost a quarter of the way through the final half. Here's Rosen with the goal kick from the ground. Tries one beyond midfield, hit out of bounds, and Franklin will have a throw in much further up from the goal kick. Get it in. The midfield play by Milford has been pretty good here today. But the Franklin back line has been outstanding. Franklin, of course, with 2 goals. This is Scagliarini. Garrett, nice chip pass on the right side. Franklin can't get to it. Ball kicked out, though, and the Panthers will have it up. And that was closest to it was Michael Fernandez-Martin, the senior forward for the Panthers. Throw in coming. Deep in the corner, it goes through. Ball coming out. The shot there is off target. Gianni, the ball is free in front. Franklin takes it back, circling through, and now it's cleared, but not all the way out. Noah Kane hits it high. Chipped off a shoulder of a Hawk and rolls in to their goalkeeper, Robbie Capelli, the freshman goalkeeper. We mentioned that the Hawks are a young team. No better way to exemplify that by your goalkeeper is a freshman with a strong leg. Ball gets through, headed back by O'Leary. Out of bounds before Gianni. No, it's going to be awarded to Gianni. Gianni Pazva Kavamwa. He'll drop it for Owen Municello. For Gustavo Martinez, back to Gianni, and the ball is tied up, kicked backwards, and now forward by Milford. O'Leary goes high with that 6'4" frame to head it, and now kicked out of bounds by Gustavo Martinez. Back the other way, and Kane is going to send it high. Back for O'Leary, back to Kane, back to O'Leary. Here we go, give and go and go. Ball is going to be contested, and here comes Milford out with it. They drive one to the right side of the goal as the goalkeeper looked out at it, to the left as we look at it. So a couple of opportunities for Milford. Remember, they're only down 2 goals. That next goal, so critical. Will it be 2-1? Will it be 3-0? Will it stay 2-0? Those are some of the questions we have here. As we come under 30 minutes, ball will be put in play by Gianni Pazva Kavamwa. And a sub coming in for the Panthers. Coming in for Franklin is going to be Jake Lorenzo, the junior, gets some action. Here's Rosen with his boot. Franklin, no real strong advances in this half in terms of opportunities. They had plenty in the first half and put 2 home. Gianni tries to get to it. The goalkeeper's out of position. And let's see what they're going to call here. A foul called against Franklin, and the ball will be given on a free kick to the Scarlet Hawks. 27 minutes to go in the game. Franklin 2, Milford no score. Franklin trying to get its 13th win of the season and its 11th in Hockomock League play. Gustavo Martinez. Now Franklin takes it for Municello. Ball is almost stolen, but Kane comes back for it and drives it to midfield. Nice little touch pass to Gustavo. He floats one in on the left side, intended for Gianni. He hustles up with it and wins the ball. Gianni comes through, and now he's warded off on the play, and a whistle will stop play. And let's see what they're going to call here. Is it going to be a free positional for the Panthers? Well, they're going to bring the ball to the sideline. Official talking to Franklin. This is Gustavo Martinez. And he's going to have a free kick. So Franklin will use this like a corner kick. Gustavo Martinez. Franklin sets up the wall to the right. This is a free position. Remember, Franklin scored on one of these in the first half. It was Garrett Scagliarini. This is Gustavo Martinez. He drives one right for the goal, and Franklin had a nice cutter in front, but it was saved by Capelli. And whistle stops play. Clock running. Official talking to Gustavo Martinez. So the clock is still winding down. Gustavo was going to do it again. We've had this situation earlier on a corner kick. Now Gustavo again with the free kick. Here he comes. He goes a little high this time. It gets to a defender and comes out a little deeper. Gianni steals it back for Franklin. Gianni on the right wing. Franklin controlling it out deep, and now Milford takes it back. And Gianni comes back, rather, it was Gustavo Martinez who made things difficult for Milford. To Gianni. Back out deep. Franklin tries to get to it. They cannot. And now out to midfield. Municello gets the leg on it. Drop back for Sinelli. A lot of play in the midfield stripe. Chipped back by Lorenzo. Jake Lorenzo, the junior. Now it comes out deep to Gianni P. Andrew O'Neill back in the game. Over to Garrett Scagliarini. Tries to send a player away, cannot. It's blocked and taken back by Andre Moura Pereira. Good box out there by Noah Kane. And sub coming in for Franklin. And coming into the game for Franklin is Aiden Seedor, the big senior midfield defender. 23:36 left. Franklin has not scored since the 24-15 mark of the first half. That's a half ago. Milford hasn't scored since, who knows, their last game, I guess. Sinelli can't clear it. Wins the ball, however. And let's see if Franklin's going to get the free kick. They will at midfield. So Franklin, see what they elect to do with it. Kane has it sized up. Kane is going to go deep. Drives one towards the middle. It's kicked there. This is O'Neill coming through, and it's just blocked at the last second on a nice block by Mateus dos Santos. Gianni fighting for it. Whistle blows. Let's see what they're going to call. They're going to call a foul on Milford. And Gianni Pasva Kavamwa has been doing the job for Coach Fran Basitis. And it's going to be a kick for Noah Kane. Free kick for Kane on the left wing. Kane drives it right in on the curling shot, and the rebound is loose. Coming in front, ball is still loose. Chipped away there, and Franklin still tries to settle it down. And the ball is now coming out deep towards midfield, and Milford can't get to it. Chipped forward there by Jake Lorenzo. 22 minutes straight up left in the game. Franklin 2, Milford no score. There's an injured Scarlet Hawk on the field. Hawk is down, tended to by the official. I think it's their captain, Denise. I think it's Nate Denise. If he can't go, that's a big loss for Milford. I don't want to see anybody go, but their captain now trying to help him out as a teammate. He's in pain there. Cannot get up on his feet. Now he's up, and it is their captain, Nate Denise, the senior. Their only captain. See if he can continue. He wants to. And he is going to walk. Let's see, he's not walking to the bench. Solidly built young man, I will say that. It looks like he wants to stay. And he'll stay in the game. Now he's trotting. Here's a throw in. It comes to Denise. And quickly, he has to get into top form, and he blasts one down deep. And Rosen will come way off his line to grab the rolling ball. He's going to pick it up. No, not yet. Now he does. 21:40 to go. Rosen rolls it on the right wing. Back to Paxton Rosen. Will Milford make some kind of adjustment here in the final 21? Rosen drives it. Headed back by Denise. Gustavo Martinez gets ahead on it, as does Bradley Herndon. Ball settles down inside midfield, and Gianni comes back to mess things up for Milford. Gianni again gets a leg on it. This is Sinelli. Noah Kane sends one high. Kept in by Franklin on that far side. Right along the sideline. Bradley Herndon has it for Franklin, and he drives one to the offensive zone. Again, Milford going for that big blast. We haven't seen the skill set on the passing for Milford like we have this game and all season long by the Panthers. This is Gianni. There's an example of that passing. Now it skips through off the leg of past Aiden Seedor to the Franklin back line. And Noah Kane settles the ball down. And he sends one deep for Gianni. Can he get to it? He tried to reverse his field, and it went off his thigh and out of bounds. And it'll be awarded to the Scarlet Hawks. And re-entering the game is going to be Sean O'Leary and Matt Honekamp. Going out is Noah Kane and Jake Lorenzo. 19:59 left. Clock moving here in the second half. Franklin 2, Milford no score. Gianni, and he's called for a foul on Ignacio Alcaraz Martinez. And he will take the free kick for Milford. He drives one, long one. O'Leary off his head. Gianni, and he dice a nice kick. Did he save it? No, he couldn't quite get to it in time. Gianni playing some good minutes here. Gianni Pazva Kavamwa. Chipped in by Rodrigo Lorenzo. Garrett Scagliarini for Honekamp. Matt on the right side, inbounds. Now kicked down deep by Milford. And Rosen is going to get to it. We're under 19 minutes to go. Rosen rolls one out. Honekamp stops the ball. Back for O'Leary. A little mix-up between O'Leary and Seedor. And now Seedor sends it to midfield. This is Andrew O'Neill for Honekamp. Matthew charging in on the right side. Good footwork by Matthew, and he goes down in a foul call. Let's see if we get a free kick here for the Panthers. Matthew Honekamp drew the foul. Should be a good look for Franklin. It will be a free kick for the Panthers. Let's see who's going to take it. It's going to be Matt Honekamp. Deep on the right side. Here he comes, Matthew. He drops it rather for Scagliarini off the back of Gustavo Martinez. And it rolls past it. So Franklin with a little trickery on the free kick. And the ball goes off the back of a Panther and rolls out of bounds. Under 18 minutes to go. Goal kick coming for Robbie Capelli, the freshman. Capelli towards midfield. Chased down back by Franklin's Aiden Seedor, the senior, and he'll throw it in for Franklin. Franklin wearing those pink socks, again, all in October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month here at Franklin High School. A foul called, and Franklin will have the free kick. Let's see who's going to take it this time. Seedor will defer it for Matt Honekamp. Sean O'Leary is there. It goes to Seedor. Back for Honekamp. He gets it through to Gustavo Martinez. Gustavo with the quick release. He actually tried to find his teammate Gianni, who was offside, and the ball will go back to the Scarlet Hawks. Just a beautiful fall day here in Franklin. So glad you're with us, fans, on Franklin TV, and we're streaming worldwide on YouTube. The ball comes all the way through, and Sinelli will let it roll up into the waiting arms of their goalkeeper, Paxton Rosen, who's not let anything get by so far. Back to Sinelli. Sinelli off to Scagliarini with a nice header. Now Michael Fernandez-Martin tries to slow it down, tries to get it going. This is Gustavo Martinez for Gianni. Gianni comes through, gets by, now he shoots and is saved by a player, a defender. The rebound is hit wide. The goalkeeper was out of position, and making the play was the player injured in the first half, Andre Mora Pereira. Are they going to call a corner here? I think they will. I think it went off a Scarlet Hawk. So another corner. Matt Honekamp with the honors. Here he comes through, drives one deep. The header there, it's loose. Gianni settles it down, can't get a leg on it. Still loose, Franklin controls. Michael Fernandez-Martin comes through and he shoots, and he's saved. What a save! The save of the game by Robbie Capelli on the blast by Michael Fernandez-Martin. That keeps the score at 2-0. What a chance for Franklin. Are they going to win another corner? I think so. And so we go to the left side, yet another corner with 15 minutes to go in the game. Spectacular save by Robbie Capelli, the freshman. Ball is sent in, but blocked by Milford. Aiden Seedor blocks it. Let's check it. Michael Fernandez-Martin did the box out there. Wins the ball for the Panthers. Sub coming in, one for each team. Coming in for Franklin is Brad Morin, and coming in for Milford is Bruno Esteves. Here's the throw in for Aiden Seedor. Contact, ball rolls out of bounds on the sideline, and Aiden Seedor will have it just beyond the corner. Coming up on 14 minutes to go in the game, another sub for Franklin. And coming in, I believe, for the first time is Josh Rappa. And going out is Michael Fernandez-Martin. Going to be a throw in for Franklin from the corner. Nice throw right in front. Rebound and the save. It gets through. It got through. It got through for the goal. I think it was Josh Rappa. Josh Rappa comes off the bench and scores. And it's 3-0 Franklin. We talk about the importance of that third goal when it's 2-0. We're going to give the goal unofficially to Josh Rappa. Draws a huge cheer at 14:09. Franklin 3, Milford no score. Score sort of came out of nowhere. Rappa just inserted, comes home and puts it through. So Franklin with goals from Sinelli, Scagliarini, and Rappa lead it Franklin leads it 3-0. Josh Rappa, a sophomore, gets in the scoring parade here on the final regular season game, period, for both teams. Honekamp tries to win it, he does. Over to Rex Sinelli. We're under 14 minutes to go. Franklin with some more breathing room. Franklin won a game 3-0 against Severi in game 2, won at Shrewsbury St. John's 3-0. So those are two 3-0 games against non-league opponents. Here it's 3-0 against the Hockomock foe, Milford Scarlet Hawks. Goal kick coming for Milford. Saved by Sidor for Scagliarini. He's got a goal today. Sidor can't get to it. Taken back nicely by the Hawks. They're on a run. Trying to send it through. Hustling for it there is the goalkeeper and gets the ball, Paxton, before Andre Mora Pereira could come in on him with 13 minutes to go in the game. Franklin, the number 8th power ranked team in the state of Massachusetts. The only other team without a loss is Concord Carlisle, and their seeding is number 1. Be interesting if those two teams meet up in postseason play. A lot of scenarios to get through, though, before that happens. Both teams will be highly ranked for the seeding. Here's Gianni with the steal for Scagliarini, and he is taken out of the play. The ball is kicked forward by Rodrigo Lorenzo. Play on the far side in front of the Milford bench, and Scagliarini steals it. Player goes down. That's going to be a foul on Franklin, and the ball will go back to the Scarlet Hawks. Foul there on Colby Cooper, who's in the game. Coach Basitis, he said before the game, at this stage of the season, you say what you need to say before the game and at practice, and let the players make some adjustments on the field. There's not a lot he can do from the sideline, but he's gone to his bench deeply. A lot of players have seen good at game action here today. A steal there by Sidor. He's an example of a player from the bench. The drive there is way out of bounds. Kick deep, but out. Milford again, not a lot of passing. That hasn't been the feature of their game. Checking back is Andrew O'Neill, and coming out is Garrett Scagliarini. 11:20 to go here in the game. Paxton Rosen looking for another shutout. Franklin has had a few. If you look at tie games and wins, Franklin has had 11 games in which they've not given up a goal, but some of those are 0-0 ties. But still, great performance by the Franklin goalkeepers. And here with it is Brad Morin. Morin comes through. His shot is pass is blocked. And here comes Milford. Sidor changes things and wins the ball back for Franklin. Honekamp will drop it for Sinelli. He's such a confident figure when you see him in that back line, along with O'Leary, who has the ball now. Back to Sinelli. 10:25 to go. Michael Fernandez Martin drops it back. Franklin on the sideline. Gustavo Martinez cannot keep it in, and the ball will go back to Milford with 10:12 to go here in the game. So the final fourth of the second half coming up. Throw in for the Scarlet Hawks. Speaking of Milford, Franklin will play Milford in football tomorrow night. We'll have that game for you on Franklin TV and streaming on YouTube. Kicked back by Morin to Aiden Sidor's. Had some good minutes here today. This is Honekamp. Honekamp spins through and wins the ball over to Sidor. Aiden, Milford a little more in a hurry-up mode. They're down by 3. In front, Michael Fernandez, Andrew O'Neill. For Gianni, he settles it down. Gianni holding, dribbling, shoots with the left leg. The save by Robbie Capelli. Nice look for the Panthers. Under 9.5 to go. Nice kick by Capelli. Kick back by O'Leary. A lot of spin on it. Ball spins through, and Gustavo Martinez has it for the Panthers. Happy to say we're in the shade finally here at Piscini Stadium. In front, this is Mora Pereira. He drives it through. A good look, a nice hesitation move, a good hold, and the shot is going to be weak on the left leg by Giovanni Capelli. Giovanni is a freshman. I wonder if they're twins, the same last name with the goalkeeper, Robbie, both in the freshman class. Interesting. I don't know if they're twins. They do have the same last name, Giovanni and Robbie. Ball out beyond midfield, and Morin has it for Franklin. For Aiden Seedor. Andrew O'Neill, the talented captain for Franklin. Honekamp can't get to it, and Milford takes it in. We're under 8.5 minutes to go. Nice look here for Milford. They're holding the ball. With it out there is Matthias Segura. He goes deeper to Denise, their captain. And Franklin steals it. Andrew O'Neill. O'Neill protects it beautifully. Give and go. Now the whistle stops play. Franklin will win that ball, and Mora Pereira claims it was his. No, check it. That was Rodrigo Lorenzo who claimed it was his. Franklin will insert 2 new players. Coming in is going to be Michael Fernandez Martin. And also coming in is going to be Jake Lorenzo. The final 7:20. Long kick by Milford. That's what they do. They go for that big ball, but it's really not the most effective play, as you witness. Rosen fires a bullet on the left wing for Aiden Seedor. Little touch pass for Honekamp. Matthew stronger for Gianni P. Gianni for Seedor. Give and go. In front is Cooper. He looked like he was held, but no call. Franklin was hoping for a call on the hold for Cooper, but the ball is driven back out to midfield. And Sean O'Leary has it for Franklin. Player goes down hard. This should be a free kick. Coming up is going down hard was Colby Cooper. And let's see who's going to take it for Franklin. Looks like Matt Honekamp will take it. Matthew, see what he chooses to do with it. Just inside midfield. Honekamp. He's going to go deep. Right in front. The ball carries the header, and it just hit the pipe by Sean O'Leary. It hit the upright. The rebound pass shot is blocked. The header by O'Leary hit the pipe on a good inserted ball there by Honekamp. And this is O'Leary, who just missed getting a goal. Milford starts it back the other way. Lorenzo. Good speed there by Brad Morin. Lorenzo goes down, a foul called on the Panthers. 5:26 to go here in the game. What an exciting play. That last long ball by Honekamp, and O'Leary hits the left post. Clock moving. Conversation going with Honekamp and one of the officials, who are Gary Stacy and Steve Nunes. Stacy having a conversation with Honekamp. 5 minutes to go here in the game. This is Denise, their outstanding captain, with a free kick. Denise is going to send it to the left side. It goes through the defense and kicked back out by Franklin to Gianni. Gianni controls it beautifully, and now turns around and sends one on the right side for Colby Cooper. It's blocked by Mora Pereira, and Franklin will have the throw-in on the far side. We're under the final 5 minutes of this game. Can Franklin hold on? Can Franklin get his 13th win? Can Franklin get another shutout? Those are some of the questions to be determined in the next 4 minutes and 24 seconds unofficially. Clock is stopped on the big Piscini Stadium scoreboard. Officials controlled it for the final 5 here in the half. Final 2 in the first half, final 5 of the game. For Colby Cooper. Colby gets it before it goes past the end line. Headed back by Milford. They keep it in. Lorenzo, nice play by Lorenzo. Sends it back, and it's going to go out of bounds to the Milford High School bench. Unofficially, 3:48 to go in the game. Franklin, the number 8th ranked team in the state of Massachusetts. A win should keep them right there. If not, nudge them up maybe a point or so. We'll see. Driven up by Municello. Now back to O'Leary, back to Owen. Municello drives one along the left wing. The hustle, the great speed by Morin. He's got fantastic speed. And he tries to win the ball, and he goes down in a leg lock. And what's going to be the call? They're going to give it to Milford. Wow, that was something. I love the speed. I like to see Brad Morin in a race with Wyatt Herndon. That would be something. The two speedsters for the Franklin High Panthers. Goal kick. Time winding down. Less than 3 minutes to go here in the game. O'Neill. Kick back to midfield. And O'Leary uses his big frame to head that back. Whistle stops play. A foul called. A free kick coming for Franklin. And let's see who's going to take it for the Panthers. It's going to be Aiden Seedor. Seedor, the senior. He little fake there, but Seedor now comes up with it. He drives one towards the goal on the left side. A header there by Gianni. The kick by O'Leary, and it's saved by Capelli. No, I'm sorry, the kick by Cooper. Colby Cooper was saved by Capelli. 2 minutes to go in the game unofficially. Municello races back to win the ball. There's the hustle by Franklin. Even though they're up by 3, they're playing this one as though they need the next score. That's the way they play for Coach Basitis. On the left side is Municello, high-stepping it. Gets it over to Morin. Brad, his kick is blocked and taken out of bounds. Unofficially, 1:40 to go in the game. Owen Municello for the Panthers. The long throw in. Gianni. Kick there by Michael Fernandez Martin over everything. And it's going to be a goal kick coming for Milford High School. Unofficially 1:15 to go in the game. Franklin trying to win its 11th Hockomock League game against no defeats but 5 ties. Milford trying to win its 5th Hockomock game with 7 losses and 4 ties. Goal kick coming for Robbie Capelli, the freshman. There he comes. Drives it to midfield. The momentum of it carries it beyond midfield. Now Franklin right in on it. With it there, making the attempt was Lorenzo. Won by Milford. Lorenzo blocks it. Still fighting for it. They double team the Milford Hawk. Seedor and Lorenzo there. Franklin with a lot of pressure. They win the ball. Unofficially, a half a minute or so to go in the game. Franklin looking for another shutout victory. They've had 8 shutouts for victories. They've had a couple of other ties. Can they get it here in the final few seconds? Out to midfield. Colby Cooper for Aiden Seedor. These are all subs, a lot of subs in the game for Franklin. You see Municello and O'Leary and Sinelli, they're starters. I think everybody else might be a sub. Final few seconds here from Piscini Stadium on the last game of the season, the regular season last game. Municello to Cooper. He goes back to Sinelli. When's the double whistle gonna come? Back for O'Leary. Franklin just playing with it here. O'Leary blasts one on the left side. That'll stay in bounds for Gianni P. Gianni gets to it, blocks is out, and try to win the corner. It never did make that end line. I don't think. Now they're going to whistle, will stop the play, and they'll have a throw in for the Panthers. Gianni back into that familiar corner territory. Holding it, spins away, still gets it. Now he's blocked out. This should be a corner kick for Franklin to wrap up this game. Franklin trying to close it out in style. Looking for the shutout. And the double whistle ends the game right there. Franklin wins it. They get the shutout, 3-0 over Milford. The scoring summary for the Panthers in the first half. A beautiful goal on the corner kick. It was Kane feeding Sinelli with the header at 32-38. Garrett Scagliarini, the free positional at 24-15, made it 2-0. That's where things stood at halftime. Then with 14:09 left, Josh Rappa, we believe it was Rappa, seals it with a kick down low, and he was right in front of the crease. He buried it from that spot. Franklin takes the 3-0 lead. They win it 3-0. For the Panthers, they go to 13-0-5 on the season, 11-0-5 in the Hawk. For Milford, they go to 4-10-4 on the season, 4-8-4 in the Hawk. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to exciting Franklin High Boys Soccer. We hope you enjoyed it. Remember, the pairings will come out next Wednesday, November 1st. And that should be exciting. Right now, Franklin ranked number 8 in the state. I'd like to thank our producer, our director, our camera operator, our technologist, Chris Flynn, among the first to arrive and the last to leave. This is Pete Roy saying so long.